wanted a reading but didn't get one because it was too late. Who was that? So I'm just settling down and I'm getting myself together, and then when the clock strikes 6, we can start. Let me see. 7th of January 2024. So, oh, someone's gone. Someone's fallen out of the live stream. So, we're going to be chatting about tarot and and maybe doing some readings and saying hi to some friends. Great. Jay Carlos, hello, hello, Happy New Year. So everyone say hi when you come on so I'll know you're there. Red Wing's there. Hi Robert and all, hi Red Wing. Well, here we all are. So guess what? I have 2 featured decks for today. I have the Tarot de Marseille Weight, Le Tarot de Marseille Weight, which is a hybrid, RWS and Marseille. And it's quite good. It's sort of in a kind of medieval style. And the thing about it is that it gives you... Oh, hi Nick. Hi. I'm just talking about the decks. I've got the Le Tarot de Marseille Weight, which I think I reviewed today. So it's a hybrid of the, I was just explaining, it's a hybrid of the RWS and the Tarot de Marseille. So you get a kind of a fairly solid Tarot de Marseille style major arcana. You get the Pope instead of a high priest, you know, instead of a Hierophant, and you get, you know, they just look a bit more medieval. And you get a proper Lover's card and a proper Death card and a proper Strength card. But clearly it's, you know, it's postmodernism, isn't it? Because it's not really as old as it looks. It was just made last year. Let me show you what I mean. There's a proper Lover's card. Oh, thanks, Nick. I've had this deck now for about a month, I suppose, and I'm a bit ambivalent about it because I really like it in theory, but I find the colours a bit gloomy. I mean, that's really gloomy. And the major arcana are better. The major arcana are a bit richer. There you go. You have a proper female pope, La Papesse there, which I'm really into. The Papesse. I'd rather have that than the High Priestess. But, you know, some of the minor arcana are a bit gloomy. Hi, Angie. We're just looking at Le Tarot de Marseille Weight, which is a hybrid deck. That's a pretty good death card, but it's still a bit dark, isn't it? I like tarot cards that kind of slightly stimulate my eye when they go onto the table. Has anyone else, hey, good question here. Has anyone else recently bought a good deck that they'd like to recommend? The other featured deck I've got on the table for today is the Keishobu, which is the first ever Japanese tarot. And that is also a Marseille RWS hybrid, because they've taken the minor arcana and they've done it in a Marseille woodcut style. And this is a recolored version where you get some brown-skinned people to make it look a bit more global. And the colors have been tweaked. Runic Tarot, J. Karloff. Oh, okay, I'm gonna make a note of that and check it out. Runic Tarot. I like tarot cards where the colors are quite bright and the shapes are quite clear. Yes, Nick, I do know about the Deck of the Bastard, and I want it. And I've chatted online with the maker, and I want it, but you can get it with or without keywords. I definitely want it without keywords. But she does the one without keywords only in tarot size, like this size. And I much prefer bridge size. And her bridge size version has keywords. And so I said to her, well, let me know if you do bridge size without keywords, because I think Deck of the Bastard is potentially a really good deck. Angie says, the Edgar Allan Poe deck, a Christmas present. Oh, lucky you. Edgar Allan Poe. That sounds a bit gothic, Angie, a bit dark. Shikadoso, Happy New Year, Robert. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. How's your year going so far? I have been sleeping so much. Angie says, a bit macabre, as you'd expect from Poe. Yes, I would, actually. I'm not sure if I would read with a macabre deck. It might make me feel macabre. The other thing is I want to tell you about is that I got this book when I was last in London, and it's a comic strip style book about the Queen of, about Pamela Colman Smith, the Queen of Wands. And it's really, really nice. Tarot of 1001 Nights. Very beautiful, but complicated images. Okay. Here's this book. So it's about Pamela Colman Smith, but it's a bit strange. I don't think it's very well researched. It's very beautiful to look at, but I have my doubts about it, I'm afraid. Let's find you a nice page. There's a nice page. I'm not sure if I recommend it, actually. I'm going to review it tomorrow. Light Seers Tarot. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. Light Seers Tarot. If anyone wants a reading, you're very welcome to one. A little reading. That's what I'm here for. Look, I've got this today, an egg timer, and it times up to 5 minutes. So that I think is quite useful for live readings. Moi F. Happy New Year, Robert. Lovely to see you. Happy New Year to you. I wish I could see you all. Unfortunately, that's not what the technology is that we're using today. So if you've just joined us, everyone, okay, we've got two featured tarots. We've got the Tarot de Marseille Weight, and we've got the recolored Keishobu from Japan. Both of them are hybrid RWS Marseille decks. I'm not going to be reading with them all the time, but I might do some simple readings with them now and then. Angie has a question. Okay, Angie, I'm going to put you down first in the readings. What would be the result if I take an upcoming Reiki class? Okay, what would be the result if Angie takes an upcoming Reiki class? Okay. I think this might not be a full 5 minutes, Angie, but it's worth looking at it, isn't it? 2 or 3 cards. We'll do 3 cards. Angie taking an upcoming Reiki class. Okay. Let me put this on the magnetic board for you, Angie. I have the feeling that you probably need to take it. We've got a reversed. We've got a reversed 7 of coins there, which I would read as don't delay. Then we've got a hanged man and a 10 of batons. I think there's some, if you're feeling ambivalent about the class, there might be something sort of ambivalent about the energy of the class. I think hanged man for something like Reiki is absolutely right. Hanged man is a kind of like, it's a ritual, isn't it? It's a suspension. It's suspending your values so that new values can flow in, and you are certainly in the flow with the hanged man. And I think that's what Reiki is all about, as I understand it. I think there's something about the class that might not entirely thrill you. I don't know whether it's a one-off or a series, but you've got the 10 of batons, and that, that tends to be where a good thing is sort of verging on turning into something a bit heavy. So I think the cards are advising you to do it, but take a deep breath and be aware that not everything you do is 100%, not everything that comes your way is 100% right for you. You might have to pick and mix. You might have to say, okay, that's enough, or I disagree with this bit of it, or I liked that class, but I don't want to do another class with that teacher. Or it might just be that, I enjoyed that, but I'm not even sure if I like this kind of spiritual discipline. It's on the border of not being entirely right for you. It's on the border of being a bit of a burden. That's what I'd say. Okay. That's not such an in-depth reading, but I think that'll do for looking at the energies of that, I think. Okay. Okay, well, if you choose to do it, enjoy. Taking those cards away for Angie, and I see it's a series. Took Reiki one, has some issues with it. Instructor gifted. Yeah, I feel that you do have some issues with it. I think there seems to be whatever. The message that comes through is don't delay. So I think you might need to be involved. I suppose the question is, how much of a commitment do you have to make, and how much do you have to spend? And can you be, what's the word? I keep wanting to speak in German. I've been living in Germany for too long. Can you find a way of dealing with the issues that you have? Okay. Okay, Angie. There's our 5 minutes. Deep breath. I'm going to see who else has asked a question. Vieira C. Vieira C. Hello, I met a girl recently. I would like to know if she's interested. Okay, Vieira C, we can do a relationship reading. Then Nick has asked me a question about tarot practice. Message from Angie. Okay, thanks, Moev. Maruko, yes, I'll put you on the list after Vieira C. Yeah, okay, Angie, good, pleased. Okay, so Vieira C is, by the way, is that your name, and Is it okay the way I'm pronouncing it? Will that do? Okay, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put down one card for you, one card for the girl you met recently, and one card for the energy of the relationship. I can't tell you yes or no. I can't look inside her mind without her permission, but we can, in a sense, pick up on the energy that you are co-creating between you. Okay, let's do that. Okay, turning it round. Yes, okay. Viera C, that's their name. Viera C, the girl they're interested in, and the energy between them. Okay. Okay, I've put down 3 cards for you, Viera C. We have for you the Ace of Rods. We have for the girl you're interested in the Queen of Rods. And we have for the energy between you at the moment a reversed High Priestess. This is a bit weird because what I'm getting is that I can feel in this card the strength of your interest. It seems to be strong and clear and direct, and there seems to be a very strong desire to start something happening, and Queen of Rods, I mean, we have another strong character, and one thing that crosses my mind is that it certainly appears that you might be, well, similar in a sense. Now, I don't mean whether that means that the relationship could work, but I think you might be quite similar in your character, because the Queen of Rods is someone also who expresses the rods, the fire energy, very strongly. She's very dynamic, and she's very direct, and she sort of lives the life she wants to live, and that can be very attractive to other people. It's a very nice energy to be around, or a very exciting energy to be around. Now I can't read her mind without asking her permission, but I can ask the tarot to comment on the sort of the energy that is set up between you by the combination of you two in this situation. And we've got the High Priestess reversed. Now, what I'm getting is that that what you see is what you get. That's the message I'm getting. What I'm getting is that there isn't a hidden agenda. So let me see. Viera, see, if there's anything more you want to tell me, I could interpret this card more clearly. I mean, I would be interested to know if you have talked to this girl, or if you have asked her if there has been any interaction, because it feels like you're asking if she's interested, but if the tarot gives you a reversed High Priestess, it feels like she's not actually hiding anything. She's not concealing anything. Have you had interactions with her? Yes, there's been an interaction, but not a date yet. We met at the same bar every week. Okay. And Vera C, you haven't been able to read her signs. I'm a bit worried about this thing because I get the impression that with this young woman, she is usually fairly clear about how she feels. So I would expect that if she wanted a date with you, she would have done something to encourage that already. Now, has she done anything to encourage that? Because if she hasn't, if she's holding back and just fielding your questions and being cold and so forth, I think you have to take that at face value. I think there is no interest. I don't think she's the sort of person who would play games. So, but it might be that you just need to ask her straight out. She's unreadable. Aha, even my friends say that. She's nice and flirty, but without being open. I don't think that's a very good sign. I don't think that's a very good sign. If I were you, I would take a deep breath, and if you've got the nerve, just ask her. Or you could just push the flirting a bit further. But I think this is somebody who, if she's interested, would definitely let you know. She's a Queen of Rods type. She knows what she wants. She might even be quite a pushy young woman. And Tarot says she's not that the situation is not something where anything's particularly hidden. Okay. That's my advice, and I hope that kind of might introduce some energy to move the situation along. Okay, Vera C, that was a reading for you. Let's take a deep breath and move on. Maruko, you are next on the list. Vera C says, I totally understand and makes sense. So as she's not making a move, I would say so. Yeah, I would really say so from what the cards say. That would imply that there is no interest. She is she's quite capable of making a move. I mean, you could put in an appearance at the bar, and then see if she approaches you. That's what I would do. Okay, Maruko, there's another love question coming up. Let me I will answer you, Maruko, in a minute. Just let me go back and just appreciate what everyone else has been talking about. Nick, I don't use significators. I don't know much about them. I've seen the one in Paul Huson's deck. I think the point of a significator is to give the querent the feeling of being there inside the spread. And I think that's a very attractive idea. But I've been reading tarot now. I worked it out for 44 years now, and I've never used significators. They don't work for me. I don't need them. And also, I think if I was going to use a significator, then I think something like Paul Huson's significator is a really good idea, because I never like to take a card out of the pack, like, King of Pentacles. Why would you use that as someone's significator when you might need the King of Pentacles to turn up? So to have a special card, I think, is nice. And so if you're interested in using the significator, then use a deck which has a special card, I would say yes. Tower of 1001 Nights is artwork by Leon Carré, who's a French painter. Oh, I see. Yeah. I think I might have seen that one. Yeah. Okay, so we're going on to Maruko's reading. And thank you, Vera C. And then N Shanga 868. Yes, I'll put you on the list next, okay? N Shanga 8, 6, 8. Now I'm going back to Maruko. There's a girl I like a lot, but I'm not sure if she likes me back or what she feels towards me. She's a reserved person, and we don't talk much. Can the cards shed some light? Okay, well, Maruko, that's a very similar question to what we had from Vieira C. And, but clearly, you know, it's a different case, isn't it? So let's put some cards down for Maruko. I'll put one down for Maruko, one down for the girl you like, and I'll put one down for the relationship between you. And yes, as you say, we can maybe shed some light on what's going on, but we can't read her mind because she hasn't given us permission. Okay, I'll have a swig of a drink. Maruko. Okay. You've got 3 cards here, Maruko. You've got a card for yourself, High Priestess reversed, which we just saw. A card for her, the Chariot, and a card for the energy between you. Let's start with the energy between you. 4 of Swords, retiring from the battle. Reserved person, we don't talk much. I'm not sure if she likes me back or what she feels towards me. You know what, Maruko? I think the situation is maybe draining you a bit. And if I were you, I would step back from it. I think she's got, actually rather like the person who Vieira asked about, she has got, quite a lot of drive. At this point in her life, she is very interested in getting ahead and getting her life under control. So she might even be going through a phase of life which is quite exciting for her, and there are new possibilities opening up. And if someone's in that state, it might be that she's not looking for a relationship. And it might be also, another thing about her is that she might, if she's having to be tough to get her life together, it might be that she has formed a sort of a tough outer shell to protect herself, you know, because the world is a hard place and she wants to do well. And so she might have formed this hard outer persona to protect herself, and that also might mean that she's not allowing people to get through to her. Whereas you have your heart on your sleeve, you're quite clear and open about, I also feel in this case it's you that is quite open about what you feel. As a girl I like, but I'm not sure if she likes me back or what she feels about me. Okay, so Maruko, what I'm getting is I would step back from it and have a rest and take a deep breath and not rush it and not push it. And just see if, again, a bit like what I said to Vieira, see if anything changes. But I think 4 of Swords, it could turn into a rather an exhausting situation for you at the moment. This is what the cards say when you ask the question today. You know, the energy might change in a few weeks or so. That's what I think is happening right now. Okay. Gosh, it's nearly 6:30. I'm going to clear the cards from Maruka. I hope that was helpful. And then I'm going to go on to the next question. It's going to be N Changa 868. Nick Miles says, great, thanks, Robert. Thank you, Maruko. Okay. So N Changa 868 says, can I have a message on my financial debts right now? I'm going through a season in my life for the first time where I don't even know what to do. Okay, N Changa 868. Now I see the responsibility that I feel responsibility when you ask me a question like this about finance. I hope you've got good advice. I wish I could talk to you about this one-to-one. I will put some cards down for you. I'm going to put down 7 cards for you, okay? Because I think when it comes to finance, things can be quite complex. Okay, so let's do a message on N Changa 868's financial debts. Okay, here we go. Okay, reversals. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to put this on the magnetic board for you, and I'll show you what there is. Try not to obscure the cards too much. Environment, obstacles. Okay, so here we are with buttons on the cards. Your past circumstances are reversed sun. Your present circumstances are reversed world. Your future conditions, 4 of Pentacles, your advice, reversed 6 of Rods, environment, strength, obstacles, King of Pentacles, probable outcome if things carry on the way they're going, the Fool. Okay, so past conditions, sun. Seems like you stepped out of your safety zone, and present conditions, the world. So now things are very far from adding up, okay? But future conditions, regaining control on your finances, regaining a firm grip. The future conditions are that you will be able to regain a firm grip. Those are the conditions. That's the atmosphere. And the environment is what's the word? Helpful. I mean, that means the sort of the whole atmosphere around you, the people and the conditions and what the whole world's going through what your location is going through, what your social circles are going through, and so forth, and what the support networks that you have. There is help for you there. But there's one person, obstacles, who should be helping, who is not going to help. Whether that's a father or a bank manager, I cannot tell you, but that is someone, King of Pentacles, who you think would give you a break or help you out or pay you what he owes you or give you a raise or whatever it is. And that person who, in a sense, would be expected to help you is being difficult or will be difficult. So don't pin too much hopes to that person. Now, reversed Six of Swords. You're not out of danger yet, are you? Let me put down another card for advice for you, just to flesh that out. And there's someone else not supporting a Queen of Pentacles who should be, and we're going to the Seven of Swords. I think the clearest card in this reading that I can give you is this one, the Four of Pentacles. It seems that there is a lot of instability around at the moment, and Shanghai 868, if only I could give you a half-hour reading, I would. I think there are more spreads that could be done to find your way out of this kind of forest. I think you need to do everything within your power to get a grip on the financial situation, whatever that means. Just hold on to any kind of security that you have, any kind of financial realness, any kind of resource that you have. And you have to also be completely honest. You've got a reversed Seven of Swords. No, nothing clever, no strategy, no, what's the word? Do you know what I mean? No stealth, to put it politely. No cooking the books. You have to get completely back into legitimacy. I can't go any deeper than that, and Shanghai 868. We'll have to take a deep breath, and I wish you good conditions and help from the people that you need going forward. Yeah. Yeah. Too many things came up. There's a lot of stuff, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah. What I would say, Enshangar 868, is that one thing you can do is if you don't have support, just ask your dream self, ask your your multidimensional self to work out solutions for you. Every night before you go to bed, ask your dream self to help you. And because on the other side in the dream world, you have allies, you have a lot of people who can help you. And then when you wake up in the morning, don't get up too quickly. Just lie in bed for 10-20 minutes and just see if there's anything that your brain is coming up with. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, I need to do that. And listen to those messages very carefully, because they may supply the clever solutions that you need, okay? But you do have future conditions, you do have the possibility of getting your grip back on your finances. Okay, that's more than 5 minutes. Moi F. Moi F, you're next. Moi F. Year ahead. And check 868. Happy New Year, El Phillips. Nice to see you. And Shanghai 868. Sending an abundance of positive energy. That's nice of you. Claire would like a reading. That's Mnemosiny 5. Mnemosiny 5. And Shanghai 868 says they will take my reading. Well done. Take my advice. Well done. Okay. Okay, 22/7. Let's do a quick reading for Moi F. Would love reading on the year ahead. Many thanks. Okay, let's do 4 seasons from Moi F. Okay. Let's use the Marseille weight deck for you, Moi F. Okay, well, let's break the year up into 4 bits of 3, yeah? 4 bits of 3 months. So we've got January, February, March, Knight of Swords, April, May, June, reversed Page of Cups, July, August, September, the Chariot, October, November, December, the Sun. So, as you can see, it looks like the second half of the year is nice for you. It's very well aspected. You got sort of like getting ahead, progress, and getting rewards. The Sun. It feels like you're going to have to fight for it a little bit this year. Like the first 3 months, I think it's going to be fight. Okay. And there might be some arguments along the way. There might be some heated conversations, but I think you might even enjoy it a bit. You might get the bit between your teeth, and enjoy the combat. Then something interesting happens, doesn't it? January, February, March, April, May, June. So that is spring and early summer. We get a reversed Page of Cups. So Page of Cups, listening to intuition. It feels like there might be a sort of like a bit of a hiccup. You have to make sure that that with all this fighting and pushing ahead, you have to make sure that you're listening to the messages from your dreams and your subconscious mind. Otherwise, it's quite possible that you might take a wrong turn or accept the wrong invitation or get onto the wrong track. If you can turn this card round, if you can take a deep breath and just listen to yourself, or just be aware of signs of follow the magic, then that should lead you into a prosperous second half of the year. Okay. Chariot, chance to get ahead, and Sun, chance to get your reward and your recognition. So, these two guys are very happy together, I think. What if enjoy your year? It looks to me like you're going to get quite a lot done. Okay, I'm going to clear those cards away from what if. Just check the chat. And let's move on to mnemosyne. That's pronounced mnemosyne, isn't it? With an N at the beginning. Okay, let's see what mnemosyne says. My name is Claire. You're very welcome, Mohav. By the way, everyone, you can buy me a coffee if you want. You don't have to. If you do, I'll spend it on tarot books to make myself even wiser. Hi, my name is Claire and I would love a reading. Just wondering if I should stay where I live in Florida or relocate somewhere up north or even out of the country for a better life. Stay where I live in Florida or relocate somewhere up north. Okay, so Claire, let's break it down into two possibilities. Stay in Florida or leave. Or it could be three possibilities. Or even out of the country. Okay, I'm going to save time here. I'm going to pull cards for three possibilities. Firstly, stay in Florida. Secondly, somewhere up north. Thirdly, out of the country. I'll pull two cards for each possibility, okay? This is for mnemosyne 5. Should they stay, go up north, or leave the country? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, interesting. Let's put the magnets on the cards so that you can see. Looks rather interesting if you go up north, mnemosyne. Okay, here is my magic magnet board. If you stay, we have the Emperor and the Two of Swords. Okay. If you go up north, we have the Sun and the Death card. If you leave the country, we have a reversed, a reversed Seven of Batons and a Page of Cups. Interesting. Well, it does seem that if you stay, it seems a bit heavy and it seems a bit exhausting. I mean, that card to describe an environment, the Emperor, is not a lot of fun. And I mean, it seems like the life that you have in Florida, it kind of works, but it seems quite a lot of effort to hold it together, and it seems quite stressful, and it seems quite, the image I'm getting is dry, and I don't really mean that in terms of a dry part of the country, but not very joyful and not very fulfilling emotionally. So, move up north. Here we go. Sun is a lovely card, really, for an environment. And the Death card. Well, the Sun is a card of people playing in the sunshine in a safe walled garden. I mean, that's a very nice card for an environment. The thing about the Death card is that, you know, it'll be a change, and it might be a bit of a wrench, and it might be in a sense, it might seem difficult and even painful as a process, but the thing about the death card is that you die as one person and you are born as another person. So you die as a Florida person and you are reborn as a person living up north. So that's just a little bit of a warning there that if you do it, it might not be a load of laughs all the time, but I think it really might be worth it. Look at that card, the Sun. It's such a clear message, isn't it? If you left the country completely, the message is not as clear. A reversed Seven of Batons. What I'm getting is that you might be rather vulnerable, and it might be a bit difficult to look after yourself, and the word that comes to mind from this card is to defend yourself. It is difficult emigrating. I know because I emigrated. I only went from England to Germany, but if you leave the States and go to a different country, that sounds like quite a big wrench. On the other hand, it would be, look, Page of Cups, it would be inspiring. So that is a big adventure and it feels like a risk and an adventure. But looking at all 6 cards, if you look at those 6, sorry, I've got the magnet on his head there. It does look like, sorry. It does look like the 2 options which involve you moving are better than the option of staying. We take a deep breath. How are we doing, everyone? It's 10 to 7 UK time, and we're coming to the end of the session. Okay, a nice message from YF. Yes, I'll show you, Nick, just a second. Hello, William. If anyone wants reading, speak now or forever hold your peace, because after we get to about 5-2, I will close the book and just finish up, because it's January and one has a limited amount of energy. Nick would like to see the backs of the cards I'm using. This is an interesting deck, Nick. It's the well, it's one of these sort of, you know, how can I put this? Independent reprints of the Rider-Waite-Smith, and of course, you know, US Game System never had the copyright on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as such. They only had a copyright on the back of the deck, and so anyone can reprint the Rider-Waite-Smith if they like. But this one has got a rather conventional roses and lilies design on the back. And it's called Pam's Tarot, original artwork only by Real, bridge size edition. 78 cards, lily and rose back, 8 extra court cards and 3 art cards. I can show you the extras, just a second. They're very funny, the extras. I'll be right back. The concept of this deck is that it doesn't have any writing on it. So you don't have any, you know, Knight of Pentacles there. But on top of that, the artists have created like non-binary pages. And I was very excited when I got this deck because I thought, oh, Pamela Coleman Smith had alternative non-binary pages. But I was kind of tricked, because the non-binary pages are just the pages who've been put through Photoshop so that their tunics are turned into dresses. And look, absolutely awful. I mean, funny, but absolutely frightful, which I would never use. And then there's 4 extra knights who have been put through an LSD filter, which I might consider using now actually because they're so mad. So these are the extra court cards that they advertise to lure you into their cards. I mean, I like this deck. You know, I don't use the extra cards. And then you get, I can find 2 Pamela Smith cards. I mean, heaven knows whether they had the right to print those. But the thing about the deck is that apart from all the gimmicks and apart from the fact that there's no writing on it, the colours do pop. And I need that visual stimulation. And also the cardstock, it's a bit cheapo, but it's very tough. And they're also small. So I use them more than any other cards, I'm afraid. Even though they're not very clever. And they're not very, you know, they're not very chic and designery. You're very welcome, Nemosny. I hope that was helpful. I'm not sure whether I recommend them, but I'm glad I've got them and I use them all the time. They're one of those cards sets of cards that you buy on Make playing cards. You know, you order it directly from the factory. You have it. Oh really? The extra cards are different. How interesting. Well, whoever's doing this has obviously got a sense of mischief, sending different cards to different people. I think I might use the knights because, you know, why not? But the pages in the long skirts, I think, are a bit silly. So I want, guys and friends online, I wanted to ask your opinion. Has anyone read this book, Queen of Wands? Because I wanted to review it and I'm a bit annoyed with it. It seems to be written by a woman, an American woman who wanted to write a sort of a feminist story about someone being badly treated by the male-dominated society. But it seems to me that story really gets in the way because she makes so many strange statements about what tarot is and what it means and where it comes from. And I just wish that, you know, it could have been written by somebody who actually knew tarot and maybe had some experience of tarot and maybe understood more of what tarot is about. So yeah, I have my doubts about that book and I think I'm going to give it rather a severe review. Yes, they changed the pages' frocks, didn't they? They made the skirts a midi length, which I think is really, really silly. Oh, and there's also, isn't there? There's the same people made a Pam's vintage, and here's the vintage. Like, looks like it's been lying around in a cupboard for 500 years, and you get some Pamela Coleman Smith illustration cards. I mean, was Pamela Coleman Smith a great artist or was she a great psychic? That's the question. I think she was a great psychic rather than a great artist. And there's a difference, isn't there? I'm so over fake vintage. I'm totally over fake vintage. I mean, wow, who cares? It's a bit like stonewashed jeans, isn't it? And even this deck here, the recolored Keishobu, the artist offers you a vintage version of that, which looks like it's been through the washing machine. It's really extremely vintage. It's got people's shopping lists scrawled on it, and you know, rings from the coffee mug and all sorts of damage all over it. But it's all fake damage, isn't it? Because we live in a fake world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining. It's 2 minutes to 7. If anyone comes up with a question, it has blood. It has blood, it does. If anyone has a question, tell me what it is within the next 60 seconds. I have a tiny, tiny bit of energy left. But if not, I shall love you and leave you. Put the cards back for another week. And then we will go our merry ways until we meet again. Okay, so I take it no one has come across Queen of Wands. It is done like a comic strip. Look up Jiffy Express from SNL. Okay. Hello, Irina Moros. Saturday Night Live, okay. Jiffy Express from Saturday Night Live, okay. Will do. I'll Google it. Jiffy Express. Hello, Irina. We're just finishing. You've just come online. Did you want a reading, Irina? I feel I've just got, if you give me your question very quickly, I have got just enough energy left. Okay, 909, sure, I will, thank you. But if I don't hear from you, I will, as I say, love you and leave you and put all my paraphernalia away. Okay, I think we're going, aren't we? We're winding down. We're winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Rina, great. Okay, we're just finishing. We started at 6 o'clock UK time, even though I'm not in the UK. So we're finishing now. We're saying goodbye, and thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks Red Wing. Thanks for making it fun and making it feel human, so that YouTube isn't just this strange platform. It actually has real people in it. Huge sigh of relief. Okay, bye everyone. Bye. Thank you, Nick. Thanks. Thank you. See you next week. I'll be here. Thank you.